Ladies and gentlemen, those who are viewing on TTSIDA's Facebook and YouTube pages, good afternoon. My name is Willetta Wilson, Secretary of the Trinidad and Tobago Scrap Iron Dealers Association. Welcome to our general meeting as we continue the struggle to save our industry from shutting down. This afternoon, you'll hear from a few speakers, but you'll also be given the chance to ask questions, voice your concerns, and make your contributions. We are all in this together. Allow me to introduce you to our head table. Our President, Mr. Alan Ferguson, our Vice President, Mr. Iris Sijatan, and Mr. Kenneth Roach, our Environmental Consultant. Now, our first speaker, Mr. Kenneth Roach, he has played an integral part of our association. He will speak to you on environmental impact of the scrap iron industry. Let us welcome Mr. Kenneth Roach, Environmental Consultant.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Mr. Ferguson, our President, and Mr. I am really appreciative of the fact that we are here this afternoon. And I'll tell you why immediately. All of us are disturbed about the direction in which the scrap iron industry has been forced to go. We were not invited to go. We have been forced to appear as though we are at fault for a domestic problem which is prevailing in Trinidad and Tobago. And that domestic problem, in short, is the inability of the present Minister of National Security and his cohorts to handle the domestic problem. We are here to make it clear to the entire cabinet and all government ministers relevant to scrap iron, all aspects of cleaning of our environment. We are here on behalf of that. And that is what gives the Trinidad and Tobago Scrap Iron Dealers Association the relevance that it has. Not many people in government will talk to us about our relevance, but they know very well that it is there. Because if I have to put this effort that Mr. Alan Ferguson is putting into perspective. If we put what he is doing into perspective, it is a tremendous job. Because your humble servant back in 2003 was in the Ministry of Public Utilities and the Environment. Right now, that we have found it wise, in inverted commas, to separate the environment from the utilities. Our position is that that is inseparable. Why? Because WASA interferes with our supply of groundwater. So do the sewage section. And we were in a very serious problem back in 2003 because we were not tending to our environmental resources. But as suddenly as that came to be realized, a program was set in motion that Trinidad and Tobago must become part of the United Nations Convention for Land Degradation. It began in 2003, and we started to travel all over the world, looking for data and for measures to enhance the recession that we were going into in terms of understanding what our environment was all about. When we did the assessment on solid waste, we realized we had a joker at solid waste company. And the association to which we have worked on so hard up to now knew better as to where we were going than he did. I won't call his name. But most people should know who it is. The point I'm trying to make here this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Having joined the UNCCD, which is a global convention of 192 countries, and having gone to the first meeting, I knew that I had to get this to another agency in order to rub it in. Alan Ferguson was the man I had to rub it into, and you know that's not easy. However, he began to gel to it. If you remove the solid waste in a country, get a price for it, whether low or high, and get it out of the country, and you have employment, you have foreign currency coming in, and you have people understanding why they're doing what they're doing. I was chairman of a 5-member group in the Ministry of Public Utilities and the Environment, under the Environment. We were given the task of writing in 2 years a document which would have spoken directly to soft waste, wastewater, solid waste. And when we delved into it, I decided to find this group. So I run since 2003. Now, what is important about your being here today is that they have been misconstruing the need for TTSIDA. They have been attempting to make it into a bogey. You know what's a bogey? A bubbly. As if everything that occurs, a drain is filled with silt. We're studying iron alone. We're not thinking about blockages. And we are the people who have been bringing to the attention of the government the importance of looking objectively at our biological resources and putting them into a paying operation. an operation that could gel. We were thinking at first about local currency. When we realized that it's foreign currency we're talking about, us, and when the government understood that that is what we were pulling through the quagmire to acquire, we got all kinds of problems. One of them is that a clerk in the Shogunas Magistrate Court decided that Alan Ferguson must not get a license in February. And I have to explain to you what February means in the context of scrap iron. That is when the December snows are melting, and we have to get the guys ready to receive scrap from the tropics. That's the time they decided to give us trouble with our license. It had to end up as a court matter. I reported it to the UNC that a court matter had to be undertaken in order to ease the pressure on the Trinidad and Tobago Scrap Iron Division. They wrote back to the ministry, and you know what was their argument? That the scrap iron industry in a tropical country, 10 degrees north of the equator, with 1.5 million people, is more important than the solid waste company. I never took a copy of that and showed it to Alan, because I don't want, I'll be fingered as the person who brought the information out of the ministry. That's why I never did that. But what I'm doing here this evening, I'm retired, I operate as an advisor. We could talk. The big problem in scrap, and I'm putting it to you in no uncertain terms, is not the scrap itself. It is not the copper. People will take risks. People will take risks, but the real problem is the kind of currency that is coming into the country. As a result, we are in a quandary here today as to know where we are at. We don't know, because it is a tricky government. They could put it into the subcommittee, and in 10 months we'll hear nothing. They could put it as a matter of our having to raise issues in the court, and it will take 3 years. We are here to let them know that we are aware of what they're capable of doing, and therefore ready to respond positively or negatively as they see fit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Roach. Now, members of the audience, your contributions are very important to us. So we are now opening the floor for any questions. All right, sorry about that. Now we are going to invite our Vice President, Mr. Ariel Sijatan, to the podium. Our Vice President has also played a very integral role in this association.
This on? Pleasant good day to each and everyone here. Now, there are lots of problems facing us at this time in the scrap industry. You see, if you look at the laws that presently govern us, these laws came in 1904. So much things have changed from then to now. So many things has changed that the most important people in the industry were totally ignored. And I will tell you who that is. That is the vanmen and the collectors, the guys who go out there and who are the main backbone of this industry. The ones who would take their family and their friend and would jump in a van and go and pick up scrap and bring it to the various yards. Now, if I tell you guys something, that the laws that presently exist were so negligible of you that a lot of you could possibly be breaking the laws and not even know it. That is why it is important for you to get with us, to register, to let us know who you are, so that we can advise you accordingly. You see, typical Trinidadian is this, right? When you feel you know the law, you want to open a yard by a house and say, well, I buying scrap, I collecting scrap, and I think in here, and I have one man and thing. I will tell you a little secret. You're breaking the law. Big time. Big time. You know, there's certain things that is clearly stated in the law. Right? Clearly stated that it is, we have to educate you. We are not your enemies, you know, we are your friends. And I'm glad to see that there's so many, you know, there's quite a few van men here today, and I'm very happy to see that. Because the scrap dealers has been taken into account, the exporters has been taken into account, but we need to take care of you guys, because you are very important, right? And actually the basis of the problem that we are in right now stems from the people that brings material to the yards. It stems from that. Now, if we, as the association and the leaders of the industry, does not educate you properly and does not show you what is right and what is wrong, and something happens, we have to take part of the blame. Because we didn't take that time to properly educate you and to let you know, right? People who've been doing business with me as vanmen would know that they would come to the yard and I would say to them, you see that way you're doing it wrong. Don't do that. And if they take the time to ask me why, I will tell them why you're not supposed to do that. You know, I will explain to them. Now, they may not always like me, you know, because there's plenty of time they don't come back to my yard. You understand? But it doesn't matter. Because like myself, all of you are in this to take care of your families and yourself, to pay your bills. Right? So, I'm not going to elaborate too much, because it is a lengthy affair. There's a lot to explain and a lot. What I'm saying to you, that it is in your benefit and the benefit of the entire industry to get it right. To get it right. You are very important to this industry. You are very important to us as dealers. Right? So make an effort to get yourself registered so that you can get whatever relevant information is available to you. Right? If we offer and you do not take up the offer, you cannot say we didn't offer. The offer is there. We are offering to help. Please take up the offer and learn the right way to do this business because we are calling for new legislation. And if you talk with us, come to us, we advise you. Now, you don't have to go to the Scrap Dealers Association. You can ask your individual dealers that you sell to. They are the beginning. I am open. Everybody knows my phone number. I am always willing to give advice because I will tell you something. If you have a chain, you are only as strong as your weakest link. And if we allow the vanman, who is such an important link, to not be taken care of and to operate in any old manner, the entire chain becomes very weak. Very, very weak. So, for those of you who are here, I hope that you spread this message, that you let your comrades know and the other vanmen and everybody know. You are the most vulnerable in this whole situation. Because you are the ones, I'm not saying you are all bad, I'm saying that the vanman is where the problem started from. And if we have to fix it, we have to fix it from the vanman coming up. Right? So again, I want to thank you for allowing me this opportunity to speak to you guys. I hope you consider what I have said. And if you are serious about your jobs, let's work together and make it right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sijatan. So as I was saying before, we are now opening the floor to members of the public. Any questions, comments, concerns you may have? Before we get to it, just because of time constraints, if we can keep our questions as short as we can. All right, each person is allowed at least 2 questions. You can go ahead.
Hi, my name is Anthony Williams. I'm from Point 410. I would like to ask a question. Could I get an example on one of the laws that we, the individuals, might be breaking? On the mic, please.
The law clearly states anyone who buys and sells scrap metal must be licensed. Clearly. Clearly. So you can draw your own conclusion from that. Clearly states, no exceptions. No, so I'm glad you asked it. You know, and that is the law that most pertains to the vanman.
Can I have another example?
Yeah. Another example? Well, I would think that is the main law. For what? The vanman? Well, you must have a proper vehicle. And if you're operating with a vehicle, if you're operating a vehicle that falls apart, you can expect to be stopped by the police.
Are there any other questions? Now we will be opening the floor again later on. Good afternoon.
Breaking the law. And you give an example that whatever, if your vehicle break down or whatever, you're entitled to be charged, right? But the thing about it is when that law did pass, because the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago, I know it. And I want to know when that law was passed that we, as vanmen, are breaking the law, because we picking up, the only time you can be breaking the law is if you're thieving. And if a man thief, a van man thief, and come to your yard and sell you it, you become an accessory. You understand me, sir? I had no disrespect. We're talking plain talk. Because I go out there every day, and I go and I look. If I see something in somebody's yard, I don't interfere. I call and ask. But what part I break in the law? That's one. To the first speaker, you say, the finance is being money laundry. We are small scrapmen. Which part we are money laundry? I want to understand that question to you, sir. Which part I money laundering? And I want to know that what is the solution? It's not the problem, but what is the solution the panel coming up with to the scrap iron? Because the small van men right now is suffering because it have no solution. If you think about it, we're going and selling our scrap and we're getting next to nothing. So I came here today to listen to what is the solution. I want to hear from the president what is the solution that we come in. The registration is come like you're just registration, like you're joining a union. So, sir, gentlemen, I want to hear what is the solution, because not everybody is a thief and not everybody is a crook. Sir, thank you.
Well, let me address your first question to me. That law came into effect in 1904. 1904, right? All right, and I'm glad you know the Constitution. Because if you know the Constitution, you would surely know of that law. All right? That law came into effect in 1904. All right? And listen to me, I didn't write the law. If you have a problem with the law, take it up with the Attorney General. I am just trying to advise you accordingly. Right? I am just trying to advise you accordingly. And you know how to take my advice? You know how to listen to what I'm saying. You understand? I'm just here to try to help. Because the new laws that they have proposed for the vanmen, right? Every person buying and selling scrap as a peddler must be licensed. That is the proposed law, right? That the government have in its position right now, right? So I am just telling you the facts as I know it. And if you have any other question, maybe Mr. Ferguson or somebody can provide you with the number for the Attorney General.
Yeah, good afternoon. What Mr. Scope is saying is true, because we have to understand this too, right? Your van must have your license sticker for the road, number one. Because you're driving a van and you don't have no license sticker for the road. Everything had to be in place, and what he's saying is true. You must have them things. You must have your license sticker. Your van must be perfect. You can't no bragadang van and look at the thief people thing. We had to be straight with this work. I living off of this 35 years. I know Mr. Scope, donkey years. I living off of this. We had to do the right thing. And the Prime Minister and them happy, because them eating, them drinking. We had to study about we, the poor people, boy. We had to think about we putting our food on we table for we. So we have to do the right thing. If you're not doing the right thing, you're doing the wrong thing. We mustn't break the law. That is important. Breaking the law is a problem. And right now, we have a problem with that. Iron Line, we have a problem with that. Every van man had to get a thing straight and get a thing straight to do this work. And it will be good. When they take away that from we can't mind we family, It go have more killing, it go have more robbing, it go have more thief. Because the Prime Minister ain't giving us our work, boy. Well, they understand what's going on. No? Them not giving we no work. These men and them on top here employing we to work for them. So we had to do the right thing, boy. We put them there and we had no job. None at all more than scrap iron. When all they say no scrap iron, nobody can ask scrap iron. All they feel going on with me, the place go have more junk, boy. There's more junk it go have in the place, boy. We're not supposed to be thieving people thing and selling it, boy. We had to do the right thing. And what they're saying is the right thing. We have to go right, or else we're going wrong. Anytime we do what the people say, we're going wrong. Get all the act together. Get all the sticker. Get all the sticker for the road. Do the right thing.
And let we get we act together. And don't study them people in parliament, them already have, and they're taking it away from poor people. They don't want to see we have nothing. So we go get more poor. All right, let all you scrap iron. Start, watch out, it go be anytime they take this work from we, but there are more than people all about to pick up. That is all I had to say.
Now, before we go on to the next question, I just want to say something. I'm only the messenger. You guys put me here for a purpose, right? To look after your interests. Trust me. I am semi-retired. I don't have to be here now. My business is almost 100% done. I am here because somebody has to be here to come and fight, to come and help to put things right. You understand? I'm not the bad guy. Now, I guess you guys were offended because I say people were thieving. But somebody is stealing. Isn't somebody stealing? Who cutting the wires and taking it to the scrapyard? The dealers are stealing. The van men are stealing. Somebody is stealing. But if we don't work together, now, the fact that you are here, you took time off to come here, shows that you are interested in making it right. Or else you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't ask questions. You know, just the fact that you are here means that you want to do this right. You understand? Just like myself and the other people who wants to do it right and to improve the industry. So don't think I am here. I didn't make them laws, you know. Them is the laws that I have been living by for the last 15 years. You understand? Those are the laws that I have been living by for the last 15 years in my business. You understand? And as someone with experience, I can only share it with you. It's up to you. If you are offended, please accept my apology. You understand? But it was never my intention to offend anybody. It was more my intention to educate and to advise. Just like I was educated and advised by the people who came before me, all I'm doing is just passing it on. The advice that I got 15 years ago is what I am trying to pass on to you now. So again, accept my apology. If you think I offended you, I did not mean to offend you. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah, I would like to say something. You said about the van people who going around thieving the scrap iron, the wires, things like that, right? But if they don't have a buyer, they will not be able to thief, to sell in the first place. So how are you saying that the scrap people is the ones that are to blame and putting the whole, that is my what I talking about here. Because you put a whole, yes, I understand, you say something just now, but it come like you put everything on all of us, that everybody who doing this is the ones that cause the whole thing. It's not that, it's the head of it who buying from the person. If you don't have a buyer, you cannot teach to sell to nobody. That is the whole thing. It's the person who buying it. It's the head. Yeah, but it's very few. It is some people that is doing the thieving. Not everybody. This industry is a very big industry. So you can't watch and put blame on all of them. Yes, I won't say it have some in the middle that does the thieving. But it come like everybody get to be a criminal because a few do the thieving. They might say the whole hundreds of people. Yes, but there's more than that is in the whole of Trinidad that doing the scrap. So you can't just put blame on the scrap people alone that doing the things outside there. Because when my husband and I goes outside, we see things by the road throwing away. And we just make sure and call the people in front. And if nobody comes out, we pass it by. Right? So it have honest people outside there who will do the things honest. And next thing, if we go by somebody and we ask them, okay, you have scrap? Yeah, boy, I have scrap. It's in the back. Oh gosh, it looks like somebody passed in the back of my yard and thief it and go on with the scrap. So you see, it has some people going outside there doing the correct thing, and it has some people going outside there and doing the wrong thing. But then everybody getting the blame. It come like all of us as criminals. So it's like we branded as criminals. Not because we van people, not because we scrap people, right? But we try to do the honest thing. But yet we still don't have a solution to it. What is the solution? By coming and registering? By just register?
I'm going to tell you what the solution is, right? There's a van man on the Rochard Road in Pinal, right? He's a van man, right? He doesn't have a license. But his wife works for a big company, right? So they took it upon themselves. And this time now, when we fighting to save our industry, they took it upon themselves now to have an illegal yard. And trust me, what they're buying and what we're speaking about is not from what we say, because we're not there, but from what the neighbors have reported. They're buying what? They're buying TSCT wire. They're buying 2, 3 o'clock. If you thief something, you're bringing it by them, right? So there we have two people, one of yours and one of ours, giving us, all of us here, a bad name. When you get a bad name, right, when you hear Mr. Hines and everybody talk about closing, who did they talk about? Did they talk about 1, 2, 3, or did they talk about all of us? All of us, all the dealers, all the van men. Who got this stigma? Not all of us. Not all of us. And in order to make it better, we need to differentiate, to know who is who, and the only way you can do that, you understand, is to be registered, to say, okay, I have a sticker saying, well, I belong to the other, that when something happens, and if that sticker wasn't on your vehicle, they know it's a different person who did it. Let me tell you something. Scrap iron is like crime. It's crime are based on opportunities. Scrap iron is based on opportunity. You see the same iron that you leave there, that because you couldn't find the people, it will have somebody will come behind you and pick it up. And guess what? If while you were there, a neighbor saw your vehicle number, right, and know you as a scrap man, guess who get any blame for it? Guess who get any blame for it? Guess who get any blame for it? Right? If I am a scrap dealer, right, and the next scrap dealer, when I send the stolen stuff from my yard, and they proceed to the next yard, right, and the next scrap dealer buy it, who gets the bad name? All of us. So it's a common problem, not just with the van men, with the dealers, with the exporters, with everybody. That is why it is important that if you know somebody is doing something and somebody out of the way, please call the hotline on the association, give a name, give a number. You understand? Do not sell for them. Do not support them. By supporting them, you're killing yourself. Because if you're supporting a dealer you know is a thief and is doing the wrong thing, and you strangling and you're pulling the noose around your own neck. Because, like I said, when Mr. Hines went up there, he never said Tom, Dick, Harry, or Lalby Harry, or Peter, or Paul. He said all the scrap people are thieves. All the scrap people, all the van men. He never said 1, 2, or 3. So what we are trying to do is to get legislation, get things in place to make it right. That's all we're doing. What else can we do? We don't have no authority to change no laws. We don't have no authority to lock up nobody. We don't have no authority to do that. But what we can do is to try and to lobby to make changes and to hope and pray that for the last 11 years wasn't wasted. Now, most people come here today. Or you come here today. Where was the last 11 years? When myself and Mr. Ferguson took money out of our pocket for 11 years and fight with the government. All the meetings we have had with the government, over 200 meetings. Where was everybody else? But people here today, everybody here today, and I have no problem with that, because they threatened to close it down. Before they threatened to close it down, or they even know what was going on, or they even pay attention to what was going on. When you have a meeting and you spend thousands of dollars to keep a meeting and you get a venue and 5 people show up, is that support? Is that support? That I will leave my house quite up almost Moruga and come down here to a meeting and I want to come at 5 people. And then turn around and me and Mr. Ferguson have to take money out of our pocket and pay for the venue, pay for everything. You understand? And yet still everything happened. nobody wouldn't say, well, we never paid attention. Who pay attention? Which one of all here pay attention and call in the last 11 years to say, Mr. Ferguson, what's going on in the industry? Who? Put up on your hand. Who? Who? You call. Yes. Well, I know we live. I'm glad we live. Because this is something that should have been said a long time ago. You called probably because you had a problem. Not to me, because I don't be there. Right. You are Mr. Dubé. I know on you, right? Because all you're always in your station. Apart from all you, who else?
Hello.
Okay, so we will get back to your questions and comments in the next instance, all right? So let's move forward with the proceedings. So for the past decade, as you all would know, the Trinidad and Tobago Scrap Iron Dealers Association has been under the leadership of a man who understands the industry and has fought and is continuing to fight to save the industry. So let us welcome our president, Mr. Alan Ferguson, to the podium.
Good day to each and every one. I want to thank you for leaving your homes and coming here today. I want to thank all who is listening us on our Facebook page and all the different areas that they could listen to us today. The reason I want to tell you all today, if you don't like the truth, I would like you to get up and leave. And if you're listening and you don't like to hear the truth, I would like you to take off and leave. Because buckle your seatbelt, observe the no smoking sign. We are about to take off. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to know I am a man who believes in God. And I honestly believe in God. Because once you believe in God, you must talk the truth. The truth does hurt. The truth does bring enemies. But once you build a good relationship with your Lord, to hell with those who vex. I have to talk today, and I have to make reference to a lot of things in Trinidad, because it's here I live, and it's here I born, and I went nowhere else, and even spend more time outside of Trinidad to say I live here, and I go on anywhere else. It's here I born, and here I remain. And I will fight for the poor, and I will stand strong for the poor. Because let me explain to you, the poor is the one that when they're ready to take advantage of people, it's the poor they like to take the advantage of. They doesn't want to take no advantage of nobody else. And that is why I'm here today to tell you the truth. But we have to understand that it have a God. And sometimes in this trade, a lot of people come in who don't belong to the organization, who don't belong to scrap industry. And they cause us a lot of pain. And that's why sometimes we have to be arguing, because we don't even understand ourselves. A lot of people, because I have to say I have to blame the government. And not this government, the other government before. Because we had fighting and championed the cause since 2011 to make sure that this industry grow. Because it have a strong part in this industry that you all don't understand. This industry employ a lot of poor people. And because they don't understand, they want to take it from us. And let me say this today. I know we are here to try to make a change in our industry. Because the government want to close down our industry. And if the government do get a way to close down this industry, brothers and sisters, I know there's a lot of you will face the road because you weren't able to pay your bills. You weren't able to eat. Your house and all would go. Your equipments would go. And everything that you have would go because all you know is about scrap. And I am saying today, it's so much a problem in this country. And why the government want to come with us now to close down us. You are done already close down Petrotrin. You are done already want to lay off people in TSCT, in Warsaw. Why you will want to come now to close this industry down for 6 months? And who knows? It might go for months and years. So we cannot take no chance with them. I remember, and I'm going to talk the truth. Now, my family, most of them is PNM, eh? So when I tell them I'm going to say this, they say, don't say it. Don't say it. But I have to tell all you because it's the truth. Because I am saying, if they do close down this industry, God forbid that they close down this industry, we will take them straight to the Privy Council. And I'm telling all you why. There are some things that they're not aware of. That anytime they touch this industry, the government will have to pay millions of dollars to us. All you don't know, but I know. I am saying, when this government come in power, they talk. When this government came in power, they talk about all these set of contractors that rob the state a lot of money and corruption and all this sort of thing. You talk about corruption, they talk about. Now today, some of them, one of the person who pushing this thing more, one of the ministers who pushing this thing more, he just hug up with all of them who they talk about corruption, and he pushing it, put it to ban this industry. That's the one who was, when the other day, when the whole, we're talking about anytime they want to come, I'm talking the truth, because I have information. He is the one that's pushing it. The one who went by the scrapyard, when they take out, somebody went and thief by the licensing office. He was the minister who went and pushed himself up in front to go by the scrapyard to see things. But he's the one, all them contractors who take all Trinidad money for all kind of corruption, all of them is being party by he. And I'm not lying. But why they don't close it down? Why they don't close down the scrapping, the construction industry? Why they don't close it down? Why will they want to attack poor people for? Why will they want to attack poor people? The only thing, all they didn't fix it, all they didn't take care of it. And because we see, all they see that they have a future in it, all they want to take it from us. And let me tell you, when I talk black people talk, it's not African alone, it's Indian and African, the poor set of people who just get in this industry. And I am telling you all this what all they want to do is like all they vomiting on people. And God don't like ugliness. God don't like these things at all. And these things will attack all because all they want to attack poor people. Why all they want to go at poor people? Because all they didn't fix something. And people who listening and people who believe because you lost a gate and because you lost some kind of something because somebody who in this industry don't understand and went and take your thing and you don't want to accept to understand that you is a Christian or you whatever you is. God is forgive people. God is forgive people. We must learn to forgive and stop keeping people in the heart. And that's why a lot of us get a lot of heart attack because we don't love to forgive. All this we're going in this industry for months is where we begging the government, please to hear us. Please hear us. And now y'all want to take this industry from us. And when y'all take this industry from us, the amount of people will suffer. And y'all who listening and who don't want to try to cooperate and work with one another, this is not a time to be fighting one another. This is not the time. This is the time that we have to come together as an organization and work with one another to save this industry. And when they see you all fighting, this is the time that they will want to come and take it more. Don't blame us. Don't blame one another. The government is to blame. The government is to blame. We had been working with government upon government to tell them, listen to us. Let us work with y'all to fix this industry. And because you all see it have a little catatang, how they call it, a little thing in it now, you want to shut it down. You want to shut it down. But Mr. Prime Minister, I think you're bigger than that. You're bigger than that, Mr. Prime Minister. I think you should think over the decision. And if cabinet, vote. I am telling you all today. Please, don't interfere with this industry, please. God is not dead. God is alive. God sees everything. And God knows everything. And God knows all the plan. And you can fix it that it being this industry. Look at what happened. Monday I talk, and all things shut down. It ain't nobody thieving copper. Nothing going on right now. By all I want, all we have to do is, see why you, I just say something, and all the copper stop thieving. Why you want now to shut it down? All you have to do is to listen. I had to make a statement. I didn't want to make it public. I know how to top up with my security because I'm making statements to tell people, listen to me, where is my copper going? Where it's going? Which part is going? I had to do all of that. All of that I had to do for the government to understand that I understand what's going on with me. And Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. It's people in the beach, dumb go suffer. People in Arima, dumb go suffer. People in Clarkson Bay, dumb go suffer. People in Point Fortin, dumb go suffer. And all these people who falling, going around with the van, collecting in an honest way, will suffer. And all the people who spend a lot of money for all the equipments and all these necessary things will lose it. 6 months, if I take one of your child, any one of all your ministers, I take one of your child and don't feed them for 6 months, what happened to them? They go dead. They will suffer. Why you want to suffer us for 6 months? You will like if I don't pay you for 6 months? You understand what you're going to do to us? I'm not trying to tell you all that I'm not a politician. I am a man for the poor. And that's why championing. I am championing for the poor. I am not championing for the rich. And I ain't fooling myself. Yes, we have rich people also in this organization. But today, tomorrow, God forbid, all let's stop it. They will go to other things. And the poor will have to suffer. And that's why I have to be like this. I have to stand firm. And I hope and I pray that you all understand where I'm coming from. And I hope the poor will not allow the government also to take over this industry and always stand behind me and always stand strong with me and don't allow them to take it. And I hope and pray that all who will go, I understand all you will, everybody will be with me, you know. I understand that you all will like me because let me explain. Noah, when Noah was coming with the ark, plenty people didn't want to come, you know, because they didn't believe him. They didn't understand him. People who go to church and who know about God know that even prophets and people who believe in God and strong and come because God sent them as messengers and prophets. People didn't believe them, you know. And then Jesus, it had people who was working with him. Right around him was Judas too. So I could understand that what I facing, but what I am facing, I is a praying man, and I believe in God, and that is why I stand strong for y'all. I am standing strong for y'all. I am standing strong. I don't want y'all to be crying. I don't want y'all to be hungry. I don't want y'all to be starving. I want to make sure that this industry stays strong, and that is why I'm asking y'all to join with us, stay put with us, stay strong with us. Understand it. What we here today is to do is to tell us, let us please open a different page. Some people come in and damage our page, damage our book. They damage it. And what we have to do now is try to repair our book and change some of the language, change some of the things that we do. We need to do it, and that is why we're asking y'all, and we're going to make it public. We have a sticker that y'all as a brandman will have to use it to protect yourself, to stay away from the ones who want to thief and who want to deal with them. That's the business. That's the business. I am telling you all, I am telling people who listen to me, who involved in scrap all over Trinidad, people who hear, I want you to understand that this industry is an industry that worldwide, that people, a lot of people depend on this industry. And why now? Just recently, about 2 months or a month and a half, the government say that this industry improved 47% export out of Trinidad and Tobago. Why you want to take this away from us now? After we do all this now to push this industry so hard, the men and the women who work in this industry, honest, each and every single day, honest. Why you want to take it? Because you ain't fix it. And you want us to shut it down to fix it? It does not make sense around this time, where people is losing a lot of vehicles, a lot of people invasion, people going in people's house, robbing them, people robbing grocery, people killing people just so, people losing their work. And you want to take this and end up with so much unemployment? No. Why? What is the aim? Because y'all and all say that some of these steps that y'all see taking place, some of them is vandalism. Why you want to blame us for people who doing vandalism now? That will be in the court too, you know. You see that statement that you make? All of that will be in court. And I am telling you, Mr. Prime Minister, I really respect you. I've given you, if I tell you something, Mr. Prime Minister, I really respect you. And I am telling you, trust me, don't take this advice. Remove that decision. If you all want to ban this industry for 6 months, I am telling you, I could have tell you what I'm going in Tobago, but I don't push myself. I just pray as a praying soul, as a praying soul. And I am telling you, resist from doing it, because you'll run into plenty problem. Do not accept this decision and close down this industry for no 6 months. Mr. Prime Minister, and I is one of the men that respect you. People will die. People will suffer if this happens. So I am saying, Mr. Prime Minister, I want you to please listen to me. Do not listen to some of the ministers of yours, because I am telling you, you know that this country is a lawless country as we talk now. As we speak now, the amount of things going on, just right in Shogunas, murder taking place right in the heart of Shogunas, in the heart of Port of Spain. Why we don't fix that? Why we don't fix these things? Why it is only the black people that seem to want to take advantage of? And look what you're doing, look what's happening. I didn't want to talk about these things, you know, but I have to talk. 90% of the people who in jail is Africans, and it's black people, and black people who gaining out of this. What you want to do to Trinidad? What you want to do? Why you want to go down that way? Why? Before they send me in the madhouse, or they want to send me mad because 87% of the people in the madhouse is African also. What all they want to do? Because some of we go mad when you shut down this industry. Look at the vagrants. Look, Indian and African makeup, most of the vagrants. I do not see a Chinese as a vagrant, so if you might see one, yes. You don't see. These are the people who are involved in this industry, Indian and Africans. You want us to turn pipers? Do not. And I know why I'm saying that, you know. Because you don't see all of us come out here today. What I'm telling you is because we lackadaisical most of the time. And because we don't understand Because most of us don't understand, so because some of us can't read and we can't write, we ain't watching the papers, we ain't listening news, so we don't know what's going on. It's only when they see it happen, when they realize that they cannot buy scrap again, then they will understand that the industry shut down, and that is when the problem will start. Because they don't understand. And I am here to tell you all, I am here to represent them. And I am representing them not in a way that is making bad faith. I am telling you all, please stay away. And I am begging you all, because God don't like ugliness. How you want to take from the poor? You want to go and take, you want to go and try to ask the rich for something? Don't go and ask the poor for what they don't have. But you will want to take away something from us. Because you see some thieving taking place. Look at murders taking place. Why you don't take away the police force? Why you don't take away the army? Look at what's taking place. Police killing one another, police doing that, police robbing. Why you don't take away the police? Why you want to take away this from me? Because you feel like you could run over me? But let me tell you something. It's poor people. It's poor people. In times, if you know the story with the king, or if you know the story of Sri Lanka, you will know that it's poor people. Sometimes they change the whole environment. Poor people just rise. Poor people just come to the rescue to their own self. And you all don't like people to talk, them talk. But this is the truth. And the truth must stand firm. So let me say it for the last time, and I need to tell you all. Y'all will be behind me. In this action that we're going to take, I want to hear it from you all. I want them to hear it. You all will be with me. Yeah. I don't believe. I need for them to hear it harder. I want them to hear it so the media could tell them, you all will be behind me with this to hold back and make sure that the government don't close down this industry. Yeah. All right. I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all for hearing me as the leader. Now, we is here today. I don't want you all to misunderstand it. We is not to fight on. We is to talk about how we could fix it. How we could fix it. One of the issues that we need to put on our sticker representing the association, we need to put on that sticker. That's the first action we will take. And I want the government to know, you see nothing happened this week. It's because I say where the copper going. Where they're chairing it too. So I want you all to know that it could stop if you all listen to me from the first. From the first. If you all listen to me, we didn't have this problem. And that is why I tell all of you, please, give us the chance to straighten out the situation. Prime Minister, Mr. Rowley, please, give us the chance to straighten out the situation. Yes, a lot of people coming in. But if you give me the chance and you give my members the chance, we will straighten out the situation. Do not take it from us. And I beg you, please, do not take it from us. And I thank you, and I thank people who listen, and I thank all the staff that was work hard to put this short meeting together. I am thanking you all for coming from far. People come from all over far to make sure that this meeting takes place, and I thank you for coming, and God bless you, and God make sure that we work together.
Thank you, Mr.
This industry, to give the management to who? Think about that. Right? So, what do you think about that?
Good evening to each and everyone. President, good evening to the members of the head table, Mr. Abdullah Ferguson, the President, Vice President, and all staff who are here. What I would like to say is this, people. We tend to go on with and stray from the topic. Simple maths. Peter does pay for Paul, and Paul does end up paying for all. Simple as we going down this road today. What it is I would like to show all you is the same African and East Indian come about with Bush Way. Who take it away from we same poor people? The government of Trinidad and Tobago. And if it is, we are not seeing what they do when black man creates something in Trinidad and Tobago. Why did us take it away from us? We don't have grit. We don't like to work together. We talk today and tomorrow they give us something to wash we mouth, and the sweet talk we with that, and we tend to forget. Wake up, smell the coffee. The same play way, bush way, what we created until they come in 93 and take it away from we. Today that has been the most money Trinidad and Tobago has been living from and building the economy. Today, the Chinese runs the same bush way. What they doing about it? Nothing. The Chinese running the same bush way. The number even higher than the government own. All you come on and smell the coffee. And they're not doing them anything up to now. If a Chinese get hold for Bushwewe, he pays a fine of $1,000. That could do them something. But let African man go and do the same thing the Chinese doing. They will lost we in the jail. Understand, wake up, smell the coffee, and let we move forward and stop going backward. Abdullah Ferguson has been doing a lot from since 2001 coming up. Some of all you would not know, but I am here today to tell all you and let all you smell the coffee. All right, there are many government businesses are in trouble. Why it is they're not closing down? What they do, they come together and they say they are looking to privatize. Who is getting the privatized? When they close this, who is going to run it? The Syrian, the Chinese. What black man is going to benefit from? Nothing. So if it is all you want them to close this down for 6 months, how all you going to buy all the children school books to send them out to school? How it is some of all is going to pay the rent? We have seen when COVID take over this country, what they do, they come and they say they spend $18 billion. Well, I am telling the Prime Minister today, out of the $18 billion that they claim that they spend, if it is, they did give every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago $1 million. How much money the government would have saved in that budget? How much money? Let me do the maths. Every citizen that get $1 million from the government would have only spent $1.4 billion. How much money they would have out of the $18 billion? And I am telling all you, how much of all you here today benefit from these grants? None of all you. All you don't have no NIS. All you don't pay no health charge. And today the president and them are pleading to all you to let us do the right thing and move forward. And yet still, we want to fail mankind. God give us 10 commandments, and we had commandments before. Mankind failed by all. But here go Joe Biden and Donald Trump and all of them. And the Chinese bring forth this coronavirus. The world have adopted to wearing masks. And
Okay.
we had was to wear masks because it would have been a charge if they catch you outside without your mask. Let us follow suit what the president and them are doing to bring this industry into the right order. Let me move forward and stop moving backward. This is not
Okay,
no
thank
theft.
you. Sorry to cut you, but we have a little time limit.
Right. But what I would like to tell you, this is not no theft going on. No. This is vandalize taking place in Trinidad and Tobago by people who has money and they understand that politics is looking to play in the scrap iron industry. Don't make it happen. Stand up and represent for what is right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mr. Prime Minister, one thing I want to tell you, and get this right in your head. All politician is thief. And it doesn't make no jail. The thiefing without mask. And they're making no jail. All they do the right thing for poor people. And leave this industry like run. Because real chaos go happen. And I'm telling you again, all who sit down in parliament, they are thinking, always the biggest set of culprit.
The scrap iron industry is open season, right? A 5-year-old child can take up his old bike and go to a yard and sell it for some money. The same way a 5-year-old child could go and sell his bike is the same way any thief, any robber, any criminal could go and steal something and come and sell it. And what is the association going to do about that? Or what's the government going to do about that? So that is the problem that we are having. Anyone could go and steal or buy and sell, and that's a big problem. Now, I understand everybody needs to make money, but the 5-year-old could do it, and the thief can do it. And they need to have some kind of level of control. The other thing is this. In every industry, there must be a ceiling. In the scrap iron industry, there's no ceiling. It goes as far as it can go. Anyone could be a part of it. And what happens is, what is happening right now, is that you have so much men on the road that is buying scrap iron that most of the men that I know so far, they are going out there and they're not getting anything. They're getting very minimal. And so when they come back, they're very discouraged because all they have in their van is maybe quarter ton of iron or half ton. And that is a big problem. And something needs to be done about that. It needs to have some kind of ceiling, some kind of control, and the association need to do something about that. Now, another thing is this. If I go and spend $500 or $200 to register in this organization right now, what is the limit? Because I can go out there with my van and I can buy scrap iron and I can go and sell that scrap iron. But if a man who's not registered with this organization, he can still go and buy scrap iron and sell scrap iron. And what are you doing about that? That is my thing.
Yeah, I understand what Mr. Ferguson was saying, and that is true. What we wanted to know is what is going to take place if they have to close down the scrap iron industry. What is going to take place? Yes, the logo and everything is good. We know all that is good because it is an industry, a very big industry, and we have to take our protocol to do what they would like us to do. To say, okay, go around and do this and do that in order to put things in place so they will not close down the industry. I understand that. That is all well and done, right? Because it is a big industry. In any other industry, in any other business, when you go in and they have people who works for them, have a logo on the shirt or the vehicle or wherever, you say, okay, they belong to that industry. They belong to that ministry, whatever. But that is good, right? So what we was really asking for too is that if they do have to shut it down, what is going to take place? So he came out and he said what is going to take place. I good with that because I know something will be done, right? He said they will be fighting for us. That is good. That is what I wanted to know. If this industry closed down, the thing about it is not about race, religion, or politics. It's everybody go get the brunt of it. You could be Indian, you could be Negro, you could be Chinese, you could be white, you could be the Venezuelan coming. Everybody doing this crap. So it's not about a certain part of people. It's everybody feeling it. So that is why it is a very big industry that it cannot afford to close. Because when we, the scrap people, passing around with our vans to say to collect scrap, the ones who are even in the big houses waiting for the van man to pass and say, how much you will give me for a fridge? How much you will pay me for a stove? They're still waiting on monies. They mightn't go around like we with our van to go and pick up to go and sell. But these people in the big houses say, nah. We go wait for our next bigger price, a man who passes go pay me more. And they're in big houses. So it's not the poor people alone, it's people even who have. They won't even say, well, okay, well, they take it now and go. No, they will say, I'm waiting for a better price. Right? So it's everybody feeling the brunt of it. I ain't lying. Every scrap man can go around and saying the same thing. When 2-3 vans pass, they're waiting which one they go get the higher price. Right? So it's everybody feeling the brunt of it. Thank you very much.
Any other comments or contributions?
Um, uh, that is one of the issues that I always want to address. We in Trinidad here, we do not make prices. It seems like it look like our we just make price in Trinidad, but we does not make prices. It's the price that work in internationally. That is the price we workers. So when we get something, we just if it raise $1, we raise your price to $1 also. It has that is why the competition is so strong sometimes to make it that some people will be paying $10, some people might be paying $11. It's because some of them reduce the profit that they want to make, and if they want to make $300 based on what they're doing, that is how it is work. Sometimes people want to make $200, right? So you cannot bet with people if they want to make 3 and some want to make 2. So sometimes some people pay more than some, but we does not fix these prices. Take it from me, and I will not lie. We does not give price in Trinidad. The prices is give internationally. And when the buyers internationally give we the price, then we break it down to you all. Okay? Simple as that.
Just excuse a second. Going forward, can you please get the mic so that those online can hear you as well when you're asking your questions? Thank you.
What can be done about control based on what I just suggested or asked?
Based on what?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Back?
What I want to know is what can be done based on what I just asked. I talked about the control. Is there anything to be done about that, or are we going to do anything about that? Or is it a situation where I am going to register my van and another guy is not going to register his van, but he can still come to your yard and sell scrap iron? What is going to be done about that?
That's now. That is why this, what we're going through here now, is probably for just a month. But we will try for all our members to make sure that we will be dropping out stickers to our members' yard. So the vans and them, they will make sure they have it. So each and every van that coming with the sticker is the van that we will try to get our members to deal with the van men that have the sticker. You know in Trinidad, and we know that all we could do is to tell our members, go this way. And because if you listen to me, I keep bawling on them for months now to stay away from buying copper. And you see what's taking place. It's just a few handfuls always want to break the rules. Like this in Trinidad, a few of the police want to break the rules, a few of the contractors want to break the rules, a few Trinidadians always want to break rules. So what we just do is try to limit it down to not as what it was taking place. That if it's just, God forbid, that 1 or even 2 per month, let me reduce it to less. And that is what we could try to do. Because we don't have the law in our hand. And then they will come now and say, listen to me, vans have to license. Because that is one of the recommendations we have recommended to them, that the people who license vans to go to license will be a collector. So now you will have to have a license to operate a van. And because you don't register with the association, it will make it easy for the process to go through by the Ministry of Trade. It will make it very easy for you all to go through to get your license when the time comes, because you don't register with the association. Documents will done. We're able to make it easy for you, because we will have a team to make sure that you're able to register your vehicle in a proper way to get your license. And that is why we ask people, long as you want to be a member of the association, if you don't have your license, we will carry you down the road to show you how you could get your license. And that is why it's important to be a member of the association. Thank you.
Everybody who have a label or under your organization needs to be protected, right? So everyone who is attached to your organization when it comes to the buying of the scraps and so on, are you willing to turn away those without the sticker, or you're still going to afford them?
No, as I see, this is the process. This here now is the trial run where we try to get people to understand all the one men. One man, it have one man when come in, because remember, it have men always want to do the wrong
It
thing.
seems that it have a lot of people willing to join the organization, get the sticker. Some even ask the question, there's some still waiting on the sticker. But my question is, when these people stick up or put the sticker on the vehicles and so on, join you all, we know how Trinidad is, right? Sometimes you have to force the issue. Are you guys willing to turn away anybody that come to all you without a sticker?
No, well, what you mean, man? That is what we working hard to do. People who want to do the wrong thing, we not supporting them, you know. And if you know me, wait. If you know me, and because you probably don't know, I don't tolerate shit, you know. I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago something. I want to let you know. Now, my vice president is because he is stick to the rules, people doesn't understand him. And because of the rules, you just lose, you know. Because it's how people right around you just want to break the rules. Because you will tell a bad man, I'm not buying that, but you go next door to the next man, and the next man go buy it, you know. You understand? And because of that, you just lose out, you know.
And
so what I'm saying...
And I understand where you're coming from. So is you're waiting till you bill a certain amount of number to implement these type of movements?
We will make a campaign to tell Trinidadian it's only people that had the sticker, them is the people all you have to support. We will do that.
Well, I understand that. Plus, you had to get the government them to jump
on board. Yes, we're going to do that.
But I would like to say something to the folks here. You all is not the problem, eh? You all is not the problem. Right now, all you have mass unemployment, even in my district, Point 410 and environs. Mass unemployment. Young men who cannot mind their babies, they're moving towards stealing these coppers. And, well, let me leave it right there. But mass unemployment. And who's to blame for that? I want all to think about that. Not them, but they're coming against all.
Just give us 2 minutes, please. We're trying to link up with somebody who want to meet a strong contribution. So just give us a 1 minute, please. We try to rectify the situation. We will get back to you all just a whole about 3 minutes. Just give us 3 minutes, please. What are you doing? You're going to put him on his phone? Huh? Huh?
All right, so we have on the line Mr. Rondell Fields, the Vice President of the Trinidad and Tobago Automotive Dealers Association. So he will make a contribution first at this time.
Vice President, and all the speakers before me, and particularly all the scrap collectors and dealers that may be in attendance. I mean, I've been observing the meeting thus far, and I want to encourage you guys to come together more so than anything else. As I would always say, we would have faced very similar circumstances in our foreign use industry. And this is the time that you guys need to come together. I like the fact that the Vice President and Mr. Ferguson as well would have alluded to being honest in this meeting, being honest as into the wrongs that was taking place in the industry, and we understand it's not everybody. And this is exactly why your association becoming strengthened is so vital at this point in time. For those people who have been doing the right things to have an arm of support. But to have an arm of support, you all must have an arm of support together. Scrap collectors together with scrap iron dealers. Neither of you all pitting one against the other. Neither of you all pointing fingers at the other. But both of you all realizing that there were entities in both parties, scrap collectors and scrap iron dealers, that may have made things bad for this industry. You all need to understand the position that you are facing. You are facing something that seems to be a shutdown. So you all need to understand that it is important to show the value and the contribution that you have made to this nation and to this society, and the value that you all play in a role, keeping people with jobs employed, people who can't go without passes to get jobs anywhere in KFC. They can't even employ people without passes. You guys are the ones that gives the man an opportunity to be able to be employed. So I admonish you all to stand together and to stamp out the wrongdoing that may be taking place in the industry by you all coming together and coming under the banner of an association that must be held to a valuable place that is respectable in the eyesight not only of the government more so, but the eyesight of the people. At the end of the day, you need to get the people on your side. The people is the power in every parameter. You need to get the confidence in people that this type of behavior that we have all witnessed is now going to be discontinued, that you as the scrap iron collectors and dealers will come together to make sure that this kind of behavior doesn't take place while you call on the government on what they must do. While you call on the government to bring good regulation, to regulate the industry so you understand what is a standardized dealer, a scrap iron dealer. It's not just anybody that walking on the street and want to pick up iron. No, it must be and follow a protocol. I heard one of the individuals ask the association what is the solution. And I saw the association bring forth in the last 2 weeks an action plan for a scrap iron collector, an action plan for a scrap iron dealer. Things that they would want to see scrap collectors do, things they would want to see scrap iron dealers do, the manner in which a scrap iron exporter must conduct itself, the protocol that must be followed. These are the things that you all must put out there. So I have seen the association bring forth solutions. But what I would say is that you guys did not come together, so some of you all may be aware of what these solutions are, and some of you all weren't aware. So finally, I admonish that you guys stand together so that your industry call continuously. Come what may. I hope it's not a shutdown coming, but if it does, you all must stand together to have it regulated quickly so that you all must be able to do your business. Continue doing your business. God forbid if a shutdown, resume to your business. And I pray that that doesn't happen, the shutdown that I'm talking about. But no matter what, you all must be prepared to stand together under one ban as scrap iron dealers and scrap collectors to regulate and change the behavior, even amongst yourselves in this industry, as you call for the government to change their behavior also and regulate the industry, and you call for the TTPS to change their behavior and put enforcement of laws that are in existence and laws that are to come. So Mr. Ferguson, the Vice President, to all the candidates there and to all the scrap iron dealers, to all the brothers and sisters, the men and women who have to go to the dump, the men and women who go in on the street picking up this scrap iron, the men and these dealers, I put my heart out to you all and I ask you all to come together and stand in the right way so that your industry can be saved. That is my plea to you all from Rundle Fields today. Blessings to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rundle Fields.
Let me just say something. Yes, I would just like to let you know we need for the next 2 weeks, and I know that the government, they will have a news conference shortly. So we will continue doing our good work, and I believe that we could do it. If you watch at what take place this week, we know that we could do it. So what we are about to do is to show the government that we could do it. If they help us and work with us, all this what taking place will stop. As long as they understand where we stand for and understand that it's some people, not all, just a few, right? And if they work with us, these people who want to have no intention of stopping, will have to do something and either get out of the business or the law enforcement will deal with them. So what I'm trying to say, you all listen to when we have something. I believe we will be going out in the south area this week because we have to visit some yards. There are some yards we need to take the police and close down because they don't intend to work with license. We will be doing that this week. You will be seeing us on our page. Trust me, we're going out this week. And we have to stop this industry from closing down. So if you all want to go with us, because it's our bread, look out for what we're going to do this week. This week we're heading southward, and it have yards that need to close down. We will go in the station, because some of them say they work with the police is them own, they pay the police. So we can see this week here. Because if the police don't work with us to close them down, we will expose the police and them. So what I'm saying is that we are about to make a change in this industry. And that is why I'm telling the Prime Minister, please allow us to fix it. Allow us to fix it. And if you all help us, trust me, it will work. And I want to thank you all for coming. I don't want us to bore you all anymore. I think we know what we have to do. Everybody knows that what they have to do. And I think what we would like you all to do is please, if you see anything that you need to report, we have a hot number, we have a hotline that we work in 24 hours. It's coming on stream, and it will start to work more effective from this week here. What I would like you all to do, anything you all see, if you all report it to the police and they don't want to respond, please let us know, because we will feel the separation when the government, for God forbid, to close down this industry. So what I want you all to do is let me start to work, and I personally, I only fear my Lord. I don't really care about nobody else. I fear my Lord, so I fearless, and we're going to stop the people who making hammock for us. All right? So let me go back home safe, and let me take it over to the secretary, and on behalf of my vice president, my Kenneth Roach, the person who is in the environment, and all my executive outside in front there, and the people who live from quite up all countryside to come here, I want to thank them for coming. And I want to thank the people all in Arima, all in the dump road, all over who come here today to make sure that this meeting be a success. I want to thank you all. I want to thank Ronald Field to making his contribution, because when I see what taking place, I had asked him to be my advisor in this matter because I know them have the experience. And trust me, the advice that I'm getting from him is top advice. He has proved that he is one of the guys that will work with us, and he is helping us. And that is why we as an organization must understand that the more you stay, that, hey, the association didn't give me nothing, so me really care. That is foolishness. Because when we champion the cause, you will benefit too. When we champion this cause, you will benefit. And you don't want to help. And before we go, now I want you all to listen to me. We just get some contribution from people. And it has been just a few amount of people. I thank God that if it wasn't for some of them, we would have been, the amount of, the amount of money this association owing me, it's going into millions now. Because it's since years now, we are picking up money and we're doing a lot of things. It's only recently we started to pick up, and we getting a little help from two or three people, the most. And today we need to start. So you all, I would like you all to assist because we still have bill outstanding. Because in this year when we get here, it's only 2 persons contribute. 2. All right? And we need to get help. So we will go. I want you all, before we finish, to go around with the basket. Michael and Redman, you all go around with the basket to let us get help. Because there's nowhere else we could get help more than ask you all to contribute. Because we don't have a printing machine to print no money. So we have to get money from you all. So we need your assistance. Even if it's $1 you have, even if it's 50 cents, it will help out. All right? Before I take you over to the secretary, I will thank you. And we hope that we stand strong. Listen to us. And when you get the WhatsApp, listen very good. I don't want to stretch the conversation no more because I don't want it to go down a different direction. All I want you to know, all the trust in your association, we will work in the betterment of the industry. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. So our President, Mr. Alan Ferguson, Vice President, Mr. Eros Sijatan, Mr. Kenneth Roach, contribution from Mr. Randall Fields, the TTSIDA team, our technical crew, 24 Frames Production and AV Concepts, our viewing audience, and most importantly, those who took the time out of your busy schedule to be here with us this afternoon, a special thank you. Thank you for all those contributions this afternoon. Your comments and concerns have been duly noted. Please know that you are as important to us as we are to you. So remember, you can continue to follow TTSIDA on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Have a safe journey home. Once again, thank you. We have some refreshments available. You all can partake.